Prime Minister, the Honourable Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, says the preliminary report on Ghana's flood disaster, submitted on Wednesday by the team from the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, is a major step towards the country's successful recovery. The team met with the Prime Minister, the Civil Defence Commission, and a number of government ministers whose sectors were impacted by the recent floods.
My understanding is that after this phase, there are two other steps that we will commission, and that will help us to plan our recovery from the floods. As you know, recovery, in a sense, is getting the whole development process back on the road, so to speak, in terms of infrastructure development, getting the livelihood of the people who are affected by the flooding back on stream, the farms that were affected. And, this will now help us to determine the inputs from all the sectors.
This preliminary assessment, called the Dana Continuum, is a data gathering process which will be preceded by a final assessment. Both Director General of the CDC, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, and Acting Executive Director of CDEMA, Ms. Elizabeth Riley, were pleased with the outcome of the meeting and work of teams on the ground. Ms. Riley praised the well-organized work of the CDC. Lieutenant Colonel Craig said the data gathering was able to pinpoint what needed to be prioritized to enable a speedier recovery.
We looked at a range of sectors. We looked at the extent to which the coordination was being effective within the sectors. And I think one of the very good findings has been that the Civil Defence Commission, under the leadership of Colonel Craig, has done an excellent job in the overall coordination thus far. We've also seen relatively good coordination at the regional level as well.
At this stage, there are some immediate actions that we would have derived from this assessment, such as improved response in the regions and community levels in terms of areas when it comes to water contamination and health responses, areas when it comes to provision of food supplies, areas in the area of coordination and management. So there are immediate actions that we would have already identified and will be taken to improve our response.
Prime Minister Phillips says a more detailed written report will be put together and officially handed over to the Government of Ghana, and the final steps to recovery will begin in an informed manner.